Hi, I'm Kyle, and this is my review of the SLR Magic Cine lenses for Sony E-mount. There are 4 lenses in the line: 25mm f1.4, 35mm f1.2, 50mm f1.1, and 75mm f1.4. The first thing I like about these lenses is the price. The 25mm and the 50mm lenses are $399 each, and the 35mm and the 75mm lenses are $499 each. So for a little less than $1,800, you could have a pretty good line of Cine lenses. This is even cheaper than most of the Rokinon lens bundles. I also like the consistency of the lens build across the line. Every lens has a 52mm thread and is geared for focus and aperture, and the aperture ring is clickless. That being said, when the lens and the camera are on a support system, it's somewhat unrealistic to get a motor or a gear onto the aperture ring since the lenses are so small and the aperture ring is so close to the camera body. But it's nice wishful thinking by SLR Magic to gear them. The lenses have a nice weight to them, but aren't too heavy. They feel substantial with their mostly metal build. I am not the gentlest gear handler, and have managed to scratch some of the black anodization off of the gear parts. The lenses produce color and contrast that isn't too strong or too dull for my taste. It's hard to convey, but I think they hit a nice spot. Once stopped down a bit, these lenses get sharp enough for most video shooting. But if you're looking for the sharpest lenses to maximize 4K and beyond sensors, you may need to look at another lens line. I found myself mostly shooting at f2.8 to get a shallow depth of field and enough sharpness. Wide open, these lenses are pretty soft on the edges, but that's not always a bad thing. I could imagine shooting a dream sequence or something with these lenses to create a soft, dreamy feel. There are a lot of aperture blades in these lenses. I think it's 13, and the bokeh stays nice and round even when stopped down. This might be my favorite part of these lenses. Focusing is something of a challenge for these lenses. All of the lenses breathe pretty heavily. Using these lenses in situations that don't have any rack focusing won't really be an issue, but even small turns of the focus ring can change framing a bit. On that note, the focus ring doesn't turn as much as a more expensive set of Cine lenses would. My guess is it's only about 60 or 70 degree rotation to go from the closest focus point to infinity. If you're moving on from photo lenses into Cine lenses, it might not be a big deal. But if you've been pulling focus on other Cine lenses, the experience is going to be a lot like photo lenses with gear bands added on. I wish these lenses had a larger focus rotation, but it's a pretty small compromise considering the price. I also wish the lenses had a closer minimum focus point, but SLR Magic doesn't claim that they're macro lenses at all. But I did find myself wishing I could get a bit closer a handful of times with these lenses. To recap, I think these lenses have a great price, a great feel of consistency, size, and weight. The color and contrast they produce is nice, and I love that the bokeh stays round when stopping down. I think the build quality could be a little stronger, especially with the black anodization. I think the focus breathing and the focus rotation are a little annoying, but are expected at this price point. And the softness on the edges when the lens is wide open is kind of up to taste. It doesn't bother me that much. All in all, I think these little lenses are a great bang for the buck, and a great entry-level set of Cine lenses for someone stepping into video production with a Sony E-mount camera. That's it for this video. I'll see you next time.